Hi, it's Tracy Build with your Daily Sales Vitamin. Today I want to talk to you about the independent living scenario, the CCRCs, and specifically pre-qualifying. Now, if you're with assisted living or memory care, even home health hospice, you do it too. There's no one really that I've met that doesn't in some capacity start pre-qualifying. We all want that easy, quick sale. And as I always say, there are none. But how do you know if you're one of those people that's pre-qualifying? Here's a challenge for you. Put a tape recorder next to your phone. You could even use if you have an iPhone has a record button. And I don't know about the other phones because I don't have one, but odds are they do. And what I would advise you to do is record your next inquiry call. So have it all set up, have it ready, just record it and see what you do. Because what I find many people do, particularly in an independent living environment, is they try to pre-qualify. They want to know about the home, if it's on the market. They're trying to find out what zip code it might be in so they know what the value's worth. They're doing things like offering to send out packets of information, giving pricing and entry fees over the phone. All of this absolutely is going to put a stop to your sales process. And I know you don't believe me because you actually think that when people ask you how much you cost and what your entry fee is, that's what they really want. Yeah, that might be on their list, but what they really want to know is, are you a fit? And they're not going to find out if you're a fit for them if what you're doing is pre-qualifying. Because you know what? It's not about us, it's about them. And yes, you are going to eventually get into that qualifying stage and you're going to give them the entry fees and the pricing and all of that. But the very best people who sell 10 or more sales a month are not doing that. They're stepping back and they're first getting permission to ask questions, no matter how hard it is, and they are learning about the prospect. And one thing I can promise you is if you step back and you start learning by asking lots of open-ended questions, what's going to happen is that you are going to, if there are red flags, they're going to come up. And then you're going to go there if they can't afford it, or you sense that it's a higher level of care than you can accept into your community. But we don't want to just run there. We want to let that come out in the conversation and do the right thing. And the right thing is if this call needs to be 8 to 10 minutes, that we let it be 8 to 10 minutes if it's all about the prospect, their concerns, their needs, their wants, their fears. That's what we need to be getting to, and that's why we develop for you your inquiry connection sheets, because they make this process simple. It takes the brain work out of it. Instead of being like an average sales counselor who asks just 2 questions and then starts selling, you'll become a Build certified sales counselor or on your way to asking anywhere from 10 to 15 or more open-ended questions so that you can shorten the sales cycle by speaking their language, being able to build value in regards to the on-site visit, which is the number one most important skill factor required to close sales, getting more people on site. And then because you learned a lot about the prospect, you're able to better plan for your appointment and not just hold a tour, but create a visit experience that is memorable, unforgettable, and that will help you to get them to the next step of closing on a second on-site visit within the next week, or a home visit, or making a decision to go over finances and so on. You need to be moving people forward. But to get there, you have to stop pre-qualifying. So I can't stress enough that I'm speaking to you. And the more length of time that you've spent in this industry, so if you have a lot of tenure, you've been a sales counselor for 10, 15 years, I would imagine that you've been afflicted by this pre-qualifying problem more than the person who's new, yet you don't think you have because you're so experienced. And that is why I want you to put a recorder next to your phone and record not just the next even one inquiry call that you get. I would challenge you to record 3 and listen to them and be your own coach. And when you identify what you need to do to bring change, which is stopping pre-qualifying and instead digging in and learning about people, their needs, their wants, their fears, their concerns, the entire ballgame is going to change for you. And you're going to see the on-site visits increase, and in turn, you're going to see more move-ins as a result. I hope you'll take what I've just told you to heart and really do what I've asked you to do with this tape recorder. Listen, learn, and start to implement. Thank you.